Social media this week. Joining me is Melanie Malherbe. She's the MD of BrandsEye. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Good stuff, Mel. Now, we know that there were a number of themes this week, and one of them obviously being the Guptas and this issue around state capture and so on. How did you see the Gupta hashtag perform during the week, and what were people saying?
So the conversation gathered about 107,000 mentions over the past 11 days related to the Guptas. Of which the hashtag Guptas actually had about 26,000 mentions. Other hashtags that came out was Guptagates and obviously Zuma linked to that. On the 16th, however, when Mr. Jonas and Faye Mento mentioned that they'd been offered ministerial positions, conversation definitely spiked. A lot of conversation going on around that. And then true to social media and people making jokes, as always, hashtags like state capture movie titles started coming up and people started making up movie names like There's a Gupta on My Stoop and Crouching Gupta, Hidden Zuma.
Right.
So true to form, the jokes started coming out, but definitely a lot of conversation
right,
in the past week and a half.
And obviously the ANC-NEC meeting, which took place last weekend, there was a lot of anticipation as to what would come out of that meeting. What were South Africans saying about that?
Only about 26,000 mentions relating to that topic, and the big theme was definitely Gwede Mantashe, making mention of the fact that they don't expect President Zuma to step down, and they've never even thought of that. So people weighing in on that heavily. Obviously both sides of the story, people going, no, he's just supporting Zuma as he's supposed to, and then the other side where people are actually showing disbelief that he's actually making a statement like that, especially the likes of Mamane and the EFF types and those, yeah.
Okay. And obviously the tragic events that happened in Europe earlier this week in Belgium, was there a lot of discussion around that?
Yeah. Sentiment-wise, you would obviously expect a lot of negative sentiment, people being very sad about it. South Africans actually weighed in mostly on a hashtag Stop Islam, which trended worldwide, and they actually showed their disgust in a hashtag like that trending, actually promoting both racial and religious divide, rather than actually focusing on terrorism. So that is a topic that South Africans weighed in on quite heavily, was the hashtag Stop Islam.
Right. And on a lighter note, we see that there's been a big movie come out over the weekend, the Batman versus Superman movie. What traction has that gained on social media?
I wish I could tell you whether Batman or Superman should win according to social media users, but most of the conversation was just South Africans being excited about going to see it, and the fact that the worldwide launch was on the same day that South Africans could actually see it. Yes. And then unfortunately, I think this morning with the reviews coming out, a lot of negativity around the movie, people not liking it, and so it's starting to look negative, unfortunately.
I guess these things are way overhyped, given people's memory of them, and then,
Yes, but you do have the hardcore DC Comics supporters who are saying it's the best movie ever, but generally people weren't too excited about the movie.
And look, it's Easter time now. Any sentiment around Easter messages?
No, just Good Friday trending today, and obviously people making their trip to Maria. That's also, funny enough, the word is trending. But other than that, no, not big conversation, just Good Friday.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, the SAFTAs came up a bit as well.
Yes.
True to entertainment events, clothing and winners came up. So Scheme Sam had a lot of conversation about them winning, against the generations of the world. And the local, the usual suspects in Minnie Dlamini and all her clothing, and so
always attracts some attention.
Always, yeah.
All right, Mel, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
That was Malherbe. She's from BrandsEye. For more on our top story on the Easter traffic, we cross to our reporter Mike Maringa, who is on the R71 near Moria in Limpopo. Mike, thank you very much for joining us. Just give us a sense of what's happening with traffic there.
Hi Numpu, we are on the R71.